You're watching Family First.
Man, there's so much going on in the world today. I'm telling you, watching the news last night, we were shooting yesterday for this episode to this morning, and the tragedy that happened in Las Vegas. We really need to value life and value each other, because you never know in a split of a second what can happen, not just to you but to a loved one, somebody that you care about. And on this episode, we're talking about family matters, relationships matter. Man, your children matter, your loved ones matter, and it's not just family as in immediate family, but your circle of family.
Breaking news, a heartbreaking day in Las Vegas after the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. A shooter opened fire on an outdoor concert, killing dozens of people and sending hundreds to nearby hospitals.
You know, a lot of tragedies have happened around the world over the past 30 days. Family, we need to pray. We need to pray for Puerto Rico, pray for Mexico, pray for Florida, pray for Las Vegas, the families, the people there, the community there. We got to turn to God.
At least 58 people confirmed dead, and at least 515 wounded or injured. Lots of law enforcement were there during this concert. Several local first responders were heard in the attack. They were there as fans. They were not there as police officers or firefighters.
Right now, with everything that's been going on, there seems to be a lot of division. But with everything that's been going on, all the tragedies, I think we could come together. One thing I've always said is, I'm Mexican, and people ask me how I feel about being Mexican and all this stuff. At the end of the day, I am proud of it, but at the end of the day, those are all lines that a human created. A human created lines that created division. Without those lines, at the end of the day, we're all human. No matter if we're black, brown, yellow, whatever.
That's right.
At the end of the day, we're all humans, and we all need to come together at the end of the day. Just because those are all lines that humans put there, not God Himself.
And then value each other's life.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, value the relationships that we have. Value
Exactly.
family, value community.
Exactly. So people tell me, are you proud to be Mexican? Like, I'm proud to be a human. I'm proud to be with everybody else. So it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't change my views on humans and everyone else.
So you heard it right here on Family First. We're coming together as a community. No matter what your culture is, no matter what your race is,
Right.
Listen, humanity is humanity. Be blessed. When we talk about family first, it comes the husband and wife. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Well, you know, I think family is what you make it. Some people are not married and they have a family, and there's people that do not have mothers and fathers, and God would give them somewhat of a sense of family. So
Right.
family can consist of husband and wife.
Right.
It consists of you and your mom, or
That's right.
or you consist of you and your children. Family consists of
Right.
People grouping together in the name.
This is Granny getting in the car.
Yes.
Slide your seat up a little bit. She's trying.
Yeah, you're on camera.
Slide
You're on
camera.
You're on
We're
camera.
videotaping. We're on our show. That's all right. That's all right. You're all right. Well, I think we agree that family next to God should be at the top of our priority list.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No matter what your family looks like.
no matter what your family looks like.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that we have to do as families, couples, and relationships, even friendships, is nurture your important relationships in such a way that when you tell people you care about, that you actually care about them, you're simply reinforcing what they already know based on how you have prioritized them into your life. And I think our children need to feel that as well, that they're a priority, that they're important. that's one of the things that I give my mom kudos for, is that she made us a priority, and she showed us, my brother and I, unconditional love, and just we felt special. We felt special. So with kids, what do you think kids need from their parents?
Well, I think any child needs love and attention.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just give them love, because of course you love them, you feel for them, but
Right.
what kind of attention and how are you nurturing them? Because in hindsight, when I look back now, me as a parent, I was a teen mom. I was 18 when I had my first child, but me looking back then, and the wisdom that God has given to me throughout the years, and how I'm hands-on with my grandchildren is totally different from what I've
Right.
learned, and the wisdom that I've obtained on how to nurture and love a child, the importance of that, and the attention that you must give a child. And I know with the everyday hustle and bustle, and the young moms and the young dads, it's hard to give your attention when your attention is so spread out for
Right.
in so many things like work, and there's issues, there's monetary issues, there's issues here,
Parents
issues
want
there.
to go out and do their thing.
Right.
So I'm in essence with giving them our full attention. I think some things come out of giving our children their full attention.
Right.
Fathers giving their daughters and their sons full attention. But
Oh, yeah.
when I think about just fathers and daughters, for example, I think about letting your daughter see their own beauty in your eyes.
Giving them security.
So, which gives them security, gives them value, makes them feel special, so they don't need that from another man.
Yeah, because when you lack, many households now are the father is absent, and when the father is absent, I was an absentee. My father was absentee in the household, and then it gives it gives girls and guys a sense of insecurity.
Well, I was going to say, with my mom being here, one of the things that she made us feel special. We could see our beauty in her eyes as a single mother, and we were boys. So it applies to any child. I think the other thing that is important, that when we give our children our full attention, that it also lets them find their own voice through our listening ear, through us, listening to them. Children need to be listened to. And I think if we listen to our children, we would help them solve some of the challenges that they face. We could hear what's going on in their life, but if we don't give them our full attention, then we won't know what concerns them. Our Heavenly Father, allows us to come to Him and voice our cares and concerns, and even, Scripture says that we can cast our cares on Him because He cares for us. And every child wants to feel as if not only they're special, but they're cared for, and that
they're cared for.
they can talk to you about anything.
And I think too, when you give your child attention, that it helps them focus on what they're really called here to do. Especially when you're concerned about, how you're aiming them in
That's
life.
good.
What direction that you have them to go. So it's important because it helps them fulfill their destiny and their purpose. One of my grandsons, I think about that. He's a builder. He wants to constantly always build things. He has the heart of an engineer. He has to be creative. He has to create something, and he wants it to be to another level. We're like, oh my
Right.
God, you can't create this machine, but he believes he can.
He asked me yesterday when I was studying, Papa, help me build an Iron Man suit.
Right.
I said, build an Iron Man suit? I said, we need some special materials for that, Jace. But his mind is always on building, and I love your point there. And I think every family, every parent, whether single or married, can benefit from the wisdom in that, because when we give our children our full attention, it actually helps them discover their own greatness
And
right
their
there in your
destiny, yeah.
presence. That relationship cultivates the greatness, the gifts that are on the inside of them, and which reminds me again, my mother used to say, you know, when we spent time together, you can do anything that you believe, you know, God has called you to do, and so that just reinforces the greatness that's on the inside of us.
That it does.
Just share a little bit on how you think we need to value relationships.
By being a support system, by being able to talk to each other, and communication is the key. You know, we can't assume anything, so we have to ask our family and friends, because relationships are combined people other than our family. Our immediate family, yeah. So we need to incorporate being good listeners and good giving support system.
Prioritizing relationships. If you ever want to build a family and real love, then the priority has to be knowing each other and spending time together and doing whatever it takes to really, really know one another spiritually, and a sense of humor. And just daily rhythm, daily living, and I think that's, to build a family, that's what it is.
And I think even before kids and before marriage, it's important to get to know each other and your rhythms, because I think in this day and age, like, it's so important to kind of know when to slow down and when to, like, get to know one another, like he said, and really be present and in the moment, you know, with like social media and with, you know, just TV and, like, you know, people trying to, like, think of the future all the time. It's just really important to, like, be together and in the moment. Like today we went to the Descanso Gardens, and that was really nice, and we didn't look at our phones once, so.
We smelled roses.
We stopped to smell the roses. Yeah.
I love it. So ladies, how important is it that parents listen to their children?
It's real important, because kids need our attention. And not only, like I said before, our love, but they need attention. You need to stop and listen to them, because they have a story to tell you, and they want to make sure you're listening to them. When you don't pay attention to them, they feel like you don't. They equate that with love. Like, are you really paying attention? Don't say you love me and you're not listening to me, you're not paying attention to what I got to say. Because I'm my individual. I'm not who you are, I'm who I am. And that's important to me, is about listening. Because kids look up to their parents first. And then when they start going to school, then they consider the kids around them. And they want to be okay with their peers. I think that's what's wrong with some of the generation today, is that they want approval of their peers.
What's your thoughts?
I think that children should listen to their parents, because if they don't, they're going to gravitate to their peers. And the peers should not take the place of parents. And where the parents, if they listen to them, listening is a sign of love, is a sign of caring, is a sign of unconditional love. Because, you know, listen with a heart that is not judgmental. You know, you're not going to judge them or condemn them for their thoughts or for what they say. You're just going to listen to them. And listening is not so quick to tell them what you think about it and what you want them to do. It's just listening.
We can move mountains if we do it together, y'all.
Man, we got to come together as a community. We have to come together as a nation. And we really have to turn to God. Because we are starting to see not just world tragedy, but evil spew into the land like you've never seen it before. And it's going to cause people to come together whether they want to or not. Something's got to change.